Take a look at G-SRT.A.3, still about similarity. But now we're looking at the similarity criteria that we've established. We have three criteria that work: AA, side, side, side proportionality, and side angle, side proportionality. Why I keep saying that is because in these two cases we've seen those before as congruence postulates, but now in this case those S's don't mean congruent S's or congruent sides, they mean proportional sides. And this works the same as what we did in congruence. You're looking for these criteria to appear somewhere and to establish whether they are or are not actually similar. So let me go through some of the favorite tricks of the trade, things to be a little bit weary of. This one here, I love this question. Students look at the 63, the 54, the 263s. No is their answer, and off they go. And I say to them, are you sure? And they say, yeah, because there are different angles. You have to have two angles. And so I say, well, what's the other angle? And they do a little calculation and find this one to be 63. And they do a little calculation, they find this to be 54. Because they all add up to 180 degrees. And they go, ooh, yeah, they were similar by AA. Over here, I like this one. It isn't drawn nicely, but the idea is there. I only give one angle. Students see one angle. They say, ooh, not a chance. But then I say, well, what about this? And they notice that there is a common angle, or a reflexive property that says this angle is equal to itself. It's in the big triangle and in the smaller one. AA is our reason here. So this is AA, as this one was as well. Here, same kind of situation, just different look, a provided angle. There's a common angle up here. There's our AA between the little triangle and the bigger one. Once we get to the number of, to any sort of lengths of sides, we're now in the business of dealing with side, 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 or side angle side. I do notice that there's a common angle in here. So side angle side could work, but I need to test it. So 3 would be to 7, as 4 would be to 9. And when we multiply these, while they are close, they are not actually equal to each other. And so these, while they're close, are not actually similar. But do you see how I tested those proportions, 3 to 7, 4 to 5? Again, pulling those triangles apart is a good way to make sense of that. This is also, again, where if I gave you a triangle 3, 4, let's see, 2, 3, 4, let's say, and I created another triangle, and it's 4, 5, and 6, let's say. The question comes in, how do you know who to match who up to test it out? Is it 2 to 4 and 3 to 6, so it's doubling? Well, what you do is you always take the smallest, and it must go to the smallest over here, because if it is proportional, the smallest in this triangle will still be the smallest in the next one. 3 would actually go to then the 5, because that's the middle over here. And then the 4 would go to the 6. And you can see that this is not a set of proportionality. This is 10 equals 12. That does not happen. These are not similar in their nature. But that's how you test it. Be careful for those little things, and let's go try some on the computer now for you.
So our basic criteria, and the most popular, is AA. That one's easy to find too. Side, 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 basically all three sides proportional. And then side angle side, also proportional. So in this case, they look like the congruence ones, but they're not. They're speaking about proportionality and not congruence in this case. But AA is by far the most popular one, mostly just because it's easy as a proof to find and to write. The others have to provide you quite a bit of information, but can be done. So let's take a look here. The first one, you spot two angles, we're done immediately. Yes, by AA. And the next one, we see an ordering where we have a side angle side and a side angle side. So what we would have to do to say yes to this, we've got to test the ratio or the proportion. Now, how do we know which one goes to which, 8 or the 7? To be proportional, the bigger one would have to go to the bigger one. So if they are proportional, 8 would have gone to this and 7 would have gone to this. I don't have this one right in my head here. Hold on a second, let me grab my calculator. So when I multiply this out, let's see, I get 8 times, sorry about this, probably should have grabbed my calculator before. 8 times 12.6 comes out to 100.8, and 7 times 14.4 comes out to 100.8. And so actually, yes by side angle side. Here, we want to say no immediately. Oh, I love this question. Beware of this question. People say 51, 62, 51, 67. You should always find the other angle. So the other angle that remains here, of course, you've got 180. Here you're at 113, right? So we have 67 is this angle. Oh, looky, looky. Now notice I could go further to find this angle, but this one will be 62. This is the old yes criteria by AA. Most students say no because they don't match, but then you realize, hey, wait a minute, if I find the other angle, it's good to go. So buyer beware there. This next one I love quite a bit. The parallel lines immediately is yes by AA. Lots of reasons. You got corresponding angles. You have a same angle there, a shared angle. This one's just straight up no. There's just not enough there. There's no AA. There's no side angle side. No side side side, and so on. Now they definitely want us to do it by side, side, side. So how do you know who goes to who? Smallest to smallest always. 5 must have gone to 6. 8 must have gone to the 9.6. And the 9 must have gone to the 10.8. We would cross multiply these to test them out. And so let's do that here quickly. 5 times 9.6 is 48, and this is also 48. Let's try this. 8 times 10.8 is 86.4. And if we go 9 times 9.6 is 86.4. All of that works, so that's yes by side, side, side. I probably won't do any more here other than, well, let's just do one of these. This is obviously AA. So yes by AA. As always, name it however you want, FEG, FEG, and then just name it in a corresponding manner. So M would be this one. I went to E, which is this angle K, and then I went to H and so on. I think you get the idea.